All right, everybody, welcome in. It is week 3 of the high school football season here live on CVC TV. It is your game of the week. The Perry Pirates traveling down a bit on 990 to check on their conference opponent, but not technically inside their division in the CVC, of course. The Kirtland Hornets, and what is bound to be a fantastic matchup today right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. Kyle Cornell alongside AA Anthony Alford as always for you. And AA, the matchup. Well, two teams, 2-0. Both teams looking pretty solid in their first 2 games of the season. So tonight should measure up to be one of our better games we're going to call this year.
Yeah, and both of these teams, for these guys, it's almost like the game of the year. Like the stakes are so high for a week 3 matchup. But as you mentioned, a CVC crossover, Perry out of the Chagrin division, Kirtland out of the Valley division. But to have this matchup, and both coaches talked about this, Kyle, you could have anybody on the schedule, but for both of these programs to want to face each other, and we know about Kirtland's success, going deep into November and into December. Perry in Division 5 could go to states as well. So we may have potentially two state championship contenders on this field tonight. This is a big game.
We'll talk about their last week, AA, of course. For the home, Kirtland Hornets had some issues. Had to wait a day last week to play due to all that crazy severe weather we had on the east side of Cleveland and northeast Ohio. Still managed to put together a pretty solid effort, 49-14 win over Lutheran West last week. An improvement to Coach Laverty from that first game, week 1, 14-7 over Dalton. 2 tough opponents to start the year. You kind of mentioned it was all about really challenging his players. When you're Kirtland, you want to have those opportunities to build early in the season so you're ready for when that state championship comes around, possibly.
Absolutely, and again, they opened up against Dalton. We had that matchup on CVC TV in the playoffs a year ago. Both of those teams faced off.
Yeah.
And, they could go to the state final. That tells you how loaded this schedule has been for the Hornets. And Lutheran West, they're going to have perhaps a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. Now talking about as the home Kirtland Hornets take the stage here, running through that big, banner at center field, these brand new turf field that's still getting christened this season, as AA maybe mentioned before for you guys. Perry Pirates, it's been pretty dominant the first couple games as well. Last week, a 33-0 win. That's right, a shutout against Harvey. The week before, 32-7 over Madison. So it's been 2 30-point performances for this offense that is going to spread the field and try and make plays. We could talk about matchups all day long, AA, but I think none bigger than the Perry offense and their spread taking on a very disciplined Kirtland defense.
Yeah, that's going to be big time. A lot of playmakers on the Pirates side of the ball. And this is a test. I mean, Kirtland's favored in this matchup. But for Perry to see where they measure up against the very best in the state of Ohio. I mean, statistically in the regular season, to have all those regular season wins, in a row. I mean, it's just incredible. But you mentioned the matchups. It's going to all be led by their quarterback, Walter Moses. And he is, I remember covering him as a freshman, getting spot duty as a freshman, but the last 2 years, like last year and then a few weeks this year, he's a stud, and he's going to provide an opportunity for the Pirates to get this thing going.
And if you're in for a good matchup on defense, these two teams combined to their first 2 games this season, the Perry Pirates running through their little banner there as well. Combined, they're giving up 14 points per game. Combined. This could be a defensive showcase. Both teams have that ability where normally we're talking about Perry putting up a lot of points. We're talking about Kirtland really running the ball, that wing tee, a lot of misdirection there. I mean, it very much could be a defensive game today, AA.
It could be, and, both of these teams seem to be ready for it, but as well, and something that Coach Laverty talked with us about, they're going to be challenged defensively. Kirtland will be by the spread offense of Perry. So there's a lot at stake here. It could be a defensive showcase, but also spotlight-wise on offense, both of these teams, who's going to be disciplined, who's going to maintain their assignments, their blocking assignments up front.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting. And to have this matchup this early in the season, it's a good measuring stick test for both of these teams.
And obviously talking to both coaches a little bit earlier this week, 2AA, you heard those conversations we had as well. Limiting mistakes was kind of big for both of these teams, keeping those turnovers down because I know the other team capitalizes on those. For Perry, too, holding on to the ball. They're giving it to Kirtland to start this first half. That means they're going to get the second half kickoff, but they want to try and hold that possession as long as they can because the longer Kirtland has the ball, the more time they can take off the clock and really run it. As we are underway, the ball is kicked off, and it is week 3 of high school football here on CVC TV. And Kirtland has the ball, bringing up the right side, taking down at about the 30-yard line, and that is where the Kirtland Hornets will begin their in home defense here with the ball on offense.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting for those who have not watched Kirtland football before. You're going to see an offense that you rarely see in 2023. They're going to utilize their style. It's going to be a lot of misdirection, and good luck figuring out who has the football and on every play.
And it's his first down and 10, handoff on the right side. And actually it's going to be up the middle. There you go. That's that misdirection AA was talking about. Again, for Kirtland. And I'm going to apologize in advance, folks. We are in the visitor press box, and I cannot see the numbers very clearly from here due to the screen's kind of on an angle, so we're going to do our best. But a solid start for Kirtland now. It's going to be second and about 6 from their own 30-yard line. Laverty going to hand the ball right side. Still on his feet, bustering through and getting near the first down marker for Kirtland. That is Will Beers, a name we're going to hear a lot, the senior. And Braden Richards on the tackle for Perry.
Yeah, Coach Laverty talked about with Beers. He has had an incredible camp. And, it's just one of those senior leaders on this team, experienced team with the Hornets against a young Perry Pirates team.
And that was enough for a first down AA, so it is going to be first and 10. Pitch to the left side. Here comes Kirtland. Breaking back left, still on his feet, gets torn down. Again. And that was Rocco Alfieri on the carry for Kirtland. A 4-yard gain, second and 6 coming up for the Hornets.
Yeah, he had over 1,600 yards rushing a year ago.
My goodness.
He is a stud. But you also saw there, and you're going to see it all day long, the blocking up front. They know their assignments. It's tough for any defense to kind of adjust, assignment-wise, like how to beat out the gaps.
Really is tough as it is second and 6. Handoff coming on the left side. Perry all over it, but still a solid gain. And Beers with the carry again. About a yard or two short of that first down marker, so it's going to be third and short for the Hornets.
Yeah, good work there by Trent Taylor, number 0, for the defense to read that. Your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, this is the type of game you're going to hear us talk about outside containment all game long because that's going to be huge. Forcing the action back inside, that's what you want to do if you're the Pirates.
And both teams with solid lines as well, so it's going to be a battle of wills there. As the pitch to the right side looks like it's Beers. He's going to break 3. He's got room to run back up the middle, and Beers eventually taken down near the 40. And actually, that's Alfieri with the carry, believe it or not. He slipped through. Yeah, I'm going to see how many times the odds on Vegas run over-under is about 4. How many times they fool me in the backfield for Kirtland.
Well, think about, and this is how they get you, because there's going to be a third guy that's going to be in the mix at some point as well. But so far, number 11 and number 18, in the backfield.
Yeah.
And just the explosiveness of the offensive line. They're driving. They know where they want to go.
Yep.
Defense is not sure yet.
Yeah, solid around 20-yard run there for Kirtland. And it could be a hand up the middle. This time, Perry snuffs it out. That was Alfieri on the carry again. This time, not much of anything, maybe a yard or 2.
Good read on your part as well as the defense, because I thought Jake Laverty kept the ball. I thought it was going to be a play fake. Number 1, the sophomore quarterback, and we'll talk a little bit more about him because part of the grassroots effort of this program is huge. We'll talk more about that as the game progresses.
Definitely will, as it is second and 8 from the 39-yard line of Perry. Kirtland on the drive. 8:30 to go in this first quarter. And the Hornets making some moves here. They're already going to pitch right side. I believe that is Beers. He's going to get hit and brought down And Fury again, the misdirection get me a little bit, Double A.
Yeah.
Brought down by Owen McCoon.
And this is something as McCoon made the play. We're going to hear his name as well, number 44 for the defense.
Yep.
And he has a special assignment. The linebackers, they've been coached up all week. Who do they need to defend? Reading the guards. It's important to stay within your assignments in this type of matchup.
It definitely is. It's going to be 3rd down and short here for Kirtland. And, a big hit by the Perry Pirates in the backfield on the handoff. Lucky that ball wasn't fumbled. Yeah, the ball looked like Laverde was trying to hand it to Alfieri and just didn't have enough time, and Perry snuffed it out. So that's going to be a 4th and medium and decision time for Coach Laverde.
It's incredible. And, again, like you mentioned, we're on the visitor side, so you heard the fans, there. And being confident in where you want to go and just attacking. If you hesitate, that's a 1st down. If you hesitate. They did not, and it's going to be a 4th and 6 covered up here, Kyle.
And it looks like we're going to go for it here. As Double A mentioned, 4th and 6 on the other side of midfield. Again, for the Kirtland Hornets, trying to keep this drive alive, and with that, there's going to be a timeout called. This is going to come from the Kirtland sideline. Coach, again, Laverde wants to take a moment to talk this over, and you're kind of in no man's land right here, Double A, because it's such a rush-heavy offense, so you don't throw the ball very often. What do you do in this scenario if you're Kirtland, where it's kind of like 4th and medium and you've just got stuffed on one of your runs?
Well, the Hornets have the ability to throw the football. They haven't been tested in terms of passing the football in the first 2 games, not in terms of the scoreboard, but just the way the games have played out. I think right here, if you are Kirtland, and you have options as far as what you want to do, and maybe you do throw the football here. It's 4th and 6.
And again, you're on the Perry 37-yard line, so you do have some field to deal with if you don't convert this. It's still good field position, but not the best.
Perry has to be disciplined, though. They can't jump off sides here. Got to watch for the hard count.
Don't want to get any penalties on that, and there isn't. It's going to be a pitch out to the left. It looks like that is going to be close, and it looks like it's a 1st down. And Beers got just enough. He needed 6. He got 7. That's going to move the chains for the Hornets.
The way Kirtland plays on offense, they will frustrate you.
Yeah.
This is a mental game. This will be a mental game, too, because you're going to feel like you did everything right, and they'll still run the ball on you, but they needed 6 yards. They got 7.
Just enough. And now, you mentioned 1st and 10 from the Perry 28-yard line for the Hornets. 6:30 to go in this first quarter. Jake Laverde getting the call from his father and the coach on the sideline. He'll take the snap. He's going to pitch out left. Comes Alfieri on the carry. He's going to get out of bounds.
Rockwell Alfieri on the carry, run out of bounds by Armani Chabot.
A solid run of, looks like maybe about 4 to 5 yards, somewhere around there.
Well, and this is what the Hornets want. They want, and here's the thing. You're going to look and watch this game and be like, no big deal. But to get, 6 yards here? But they're going to get 3, 4, 5, or 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
That's how they operate this offense.
Yep. 10 plays called so far on this drive. It's taken up almost 6 full minutes off the clock, and it's been 10 runs. Expect a lot of those carries tonight from the Kirtland Hornets. 2nd and 4 on a 22. And it's going to be a pass from throwing into the end zone and incomplete. Play action from Jake Laverde, but just over the head of his intended receiver, and going to see a 3rd and medium coming up for the Hornets.
Excellent job there by Savone, number 6, for the Pirates, and just the coverage team for Perry. It's a tricky matchup again, and you mentioned right before the play, 10 run plays at this point.
Yeah.
So
why not? Yeah.
Well, you're a DB. It's easy to fall asleep back there.
Yeah. Don't blame Coach for calling that one. As again, it's 3rd and 4. In off right side, it's Beers. Beers trying to cut back up the middle, but Perry swallows him up near the line of scrimmage. If there was a gain, there wasn't very much, and they're going to say no gain. So 4th and 4 with about 6 minutes to go in this first quarter.
They're going right back to the line here, Kyle.
Yeah, no wasted time from Coach Laverde in this Kirtland offense. 4th and 3 now. They gave him about a yard from the 21 of Perry. Laverde takes it, pitches out left side. Big stop from the Perry Pirates. What a tackle And I believe that was number 12, Braden Richards, who got in the backfield. What a hit, and it's going to be Perry football.
You're going to hear Richards' name a lot offensively, but defensively read the play, and that's great coaching. That is great coaching by the entire staff, the assistants. They're studying this matchup, and that's exactly how you want to attack it. And they did just that.
And now Perry's offense will take over. It's Walter Moses, the junior quarterback. Again, as it's 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And actually going to be, it looks like a timeout coming, I want to say, from Perry. Yeah, it will be from Perry. He'll be there first. This is a good chance to remind you folks that our presenting sponsor of CVC TV is Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. Of course, that's www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. Well, long first drive AA for Kirtland. Over 6 minutes with the ball, but no points to show for it. Great job by Perry's defense stepping up.
And that was after giving up a 4th down on a run.
Yeah.
They gave up a 7-yard run on 4th down to get the first. And the resilience of the Pirates, after Kirtland said, we're going to go for it again, and they got the stop.
Now we get to see our first look at Perry's offense, the Pirates, and again, our junior quarterback, I should say, Walter Moses. For a prototypical size, 6'4", 180 at the quarterback position. Now pitch out to the left, it is caught. And solid defense by Kirtland, swallowing it up for a short gain, if that. Luke Savon on the catch.
Brought down by Casey Kickoff
Yeah, you're going to hear
and Ty Bledsoe.
their name, Bledsoe and Kickoff. And defensively, we have starters listed for the Hornets.
They're going to rotate a lot.
There's a lot of rotations you're going to notice here.
Going to see a lot of different names in there. Again, for Kirtland, 2nd and 9. Moses handing off the right. It's Richards. Richards brings back to the left. Cuts back up the middle and gets some positive yards. It's going to be a dogfight for Perry running the ball to try and get through this Kirtland defense, which is stacked.
Yeah, and they're going to want to get to the perimeter, as you kind of just saw, with Richards in there. So we're going to kind of notice that. It's going to be a test here for Kirtland. Are they going to be able to utilize and go side to side defensively? So far, the answer is yes.
And definitely some tough sledding when it comes to shorter plays and runs. Let's see if Perry can open it up. 3rd and 7 from their own 28-yard line. 4:35 to go in this first quarter. It's 0-0 ball game. Moses is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Moses looking, still pointing, trying to throw. The ball's out, and it is intercepted by Kirtland. What a play. That was number 27 for Kirtland, it looks like. We have Aaron Fortuna as 27 on the roster. Luke Savon was there, the receiver, but just a little bit overthrown from Moses, an early mistake, and it's now going to be Kirtland football.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the decision there. I understand, like, you want to make – it's a big game, and you want to make that play. And it wouldn't have been popular to, just run for a yard or so out of bounds, but you cannot give the Hornets opportunities. You had the 4th down stop, but the Hornets took advantage of what was given to them.
So Moses, an early turnover, gives Kirtland the ball back on the Perry 45-yard line. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and solid run from Jake Laverty. He gets his first carry of the ball game.
Brought down by Scott Stang.
And the speed of Laverty. That's one thing that stood out there. Number 1, the quarterback, sophomore quarterback. And it's interesting. We was talking with his dad, with Coach Tiger Laverty, and we was talking about, like, the grassroots of the Kirtland Hornets. And, like, Jake is known to play since 1st grade. Like, they've run the same plays.
It's all nothing new, no new terminology. He's used to it. It's kind of ingrained in him as well, as it's 2nd down and short. Pitch out to the left side. Believe that is Alfieri with the carry.
Rockwell Alfieri on the carry.
He'll get
Jaden Studio on the tackle.
a 1st down, so just enough. He needed 3, he got 3.
Jaden Studio making a play defensively, but yeah, just, and the David Kirtland, you may, if you describe to a stranger, what is this offense with the Hornets? And you explain it, you explain how they operate, you may think like, oh, it's slow and it's just, they're just plodding along. There's explosiveness. The moment they get the football, the linemen, watch how they explode.
Yep, straight through as Laverty's going to throw to the right side. It's caught. And a solid gain out of the right, out of bounds.
Laverty's pass complete to Blasini.
And Blasini, we're going to hear that name a few times tonight as well. Gino Blasini, the senior, with the catch, and a solid gain for Kirtland there.
Yeah, he puts in work offensively and defensively.
And they're going to, I believe, give him a first down. So it's going to be just 10 yards exactly and a first down for the Kirtland Hornets. So far, again, yeah, that's the second pass play of this first quarter. Laverty showing that, hey, I can run and I can throw the ball too a little bit.
Yeah,
why not?
It's just it's a mental type of football game.
Yeah.
Anytime you face these guys, it is mental.
Now, 1st and 10 from the Perry 25-yard line for the Kirtland Hornets, trying to get on the board first. 3:05 to go in this first quarter. Handoff up the middle. Look at Beers battling his way through.
Will Beers on the carry.
Solid run for Beers.
Brought down by Braden Richards.
And Braden Richards, you're going to hear his name on defense a lot too, making plays for the Perry Pirates.
That's just like with Beers, Beers. Here's ability, just agility, just dipping down in the gaps and just utilize his entire body just to get to the spots where he wants to get to. That was an impressive run just now.
Put that head down as double-A set, force your way through, and these guys are athletic enough and big enough to make that way as it is second and short on the 16-yard line of Perry for the Hornets. Laverty lost the snap a little bit, going to roll out to his right, he's going to throw it up in the air, and it's incomplete. Scary moments there for Coach Laverty and the Kirtland Hornets, but that one's going to fall to the turf. We're going to have a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and again, new turf just laid down and worked on this season. This is the second game, with the new turf. But the first game in front of a primetime audience, remember last week with the power issues and the weather across Northeast Ohio?
A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, so new turf, new scoreboard here. The track is fresh, almost done.
Yeah, beautiful here in Wilson Stadium. Done a great job, obviously, out in the community in Kirtland, and can appreciate that. As it is 3rd and 1, ball in the 16. Again, Laverty inside. I believe he kept that himself.
Jake Laverty on the carry.
And that's going to move the chains. First down for Kirtland as they move closer and closer to that goal line.
Deron Howard.
And Deron Howard on the tackle for Perry.
And again, you're just thinking, wait, what? The quarterback sneak too? I mean, that's just defensively. Like, these are the things you're thinking about. You're worried about 11. You're worried about 18. You're worried about number 1 coming out of the pocket and passing. You're not thinking about a QB sneak 2.
It's a lot to process. It's a pitch out to Beers on the right side. He's trying to hit the edge. He gets close to it, but then gets met by a gangbusters tackle from 5 different white jerseys, I should say.
Brought down by Luke Savan.
And Savan going to get credit for that tackle as he met him first. Solid gain from Beers. Cuts the down and distance in half, so they can get a first down before a touchdown here, double-A, as it's going to be, second and 4, so a 6-yard run for Beers there.
And most games we do not mention anything about the clock in the first quarter, but just taking their time.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get many possessions against Kirtland.
Again, it's a pitch out to Alfieri with the carry. He tries to cut back, and Perry meets him there.
Rocco Alfieri on the carry.
Alfieri tried to cut back inside. But again, those white jerseys swarming on the outside, double-A.
Just incredible. But it's going to be only, 3rd and 1 here. You mentioned they could get a first, Kirtland, without scoring. It's going to be a matter of what you're going to do. I want to see how the defensive line up front, how they're going to attack up front here. Then the linebackers following up.
Yeah, do you sell out, just play the run and hope that it's not going to be play action, or do you play it smart? And Laverty going to keep it. He's going to go inside. He is met almost immediately. Did he get enough for a first, though, is the question. Stand-up QB sneak there, double-A, and going to wait to see the official marker. And I think he's going to be short. So we're looking at, 4th and short here.
And the Pirates were prepared. They were definitely prepared. But And Kirtland, they have a kicker. They do have a kicker. They could, if they want to, kick a field goal right here. This type of matchup with the stakes that's in play here, I think they want to make a statement here, and they're going to go for it here.
And I think that's exactly right, Double A, as the offense comes back out on the field. 4th down and 2, technically. They can get 2 yards and get a first. Laverty going to pitch outside, and Perry meets him. No good. Alfieri could hit the corner. Another turnover on downs. The second one of the first quarter for the Kirtland Hornets.
And to do it, I'll tell you right now, Kyle, this place, there is not an empty seat here on either side. There are people standing room only in the stadium. And for the Pirates to get 2 straight 4th down stops backed against their own end zone, that is huge. And that followed an interception.
It did. So the defense picking up a little bit for the offense. Now we'll see if the Perry Pirates offense can get back in a groove here. As it's 1st and 10 from their own 5. Backed up pretty far. Kirtland maybe looking to attack here on the defensive end for the Hornets.
I want to see if the Pirates attack as well offensively.
Yeah,
see if they try to get a big play.
Right, Moses actually going to keep it himself, running up the left side. He's going to be met at the line, just trying to get some yards here. Actually, it's going to be, I'm calling Richards' name on the PA there.
Yeah, I think he got the direct snap. Yeah, number 12.
Yep, he did. Alfieri and Fortuna on the tackle, 2-yard gain.
And Kyle, that might be the last play of the quarter.
Looking like, yeah, with all the runs we've seen at this point, that's going to wrap it up for quarter number 1. Here from beautiful Wilson Stadium, the score the same way we started, 0-0. As Kirtland put together 2 fairly solid drives, Double A. They just could not finish them off after going 4 downs and turning the ball over on them. And now Perry with a 2nd and long from deep in their own territory, just trying to stave off the Hornet defense, who's also been solid to start the game.
I mean, if I told you 2 red zone trips, a 4th down conversion, a turnover where they're barely on their side of the field. You basically start at midfield, and the Hornets are doing this, you would think there might be a touchdown or 2 on the scoreboard for Kirtland. Not at all.
Yeah.
And it's just these kids and, the coaches over at Perry, they talked about it. Just a lot of the young kids, they don't know any better. They don't know the pressure of this game. They're just excited about having a big time game, and they just want to play.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes that's a good thing.
It really is, and it's showing kind of right now with the fortitude for this Perry defense, who, again, they're getting beat up. Like, they're having to make a lot of different tackles. To talk about that, Kirtland has ran, my goodness, a total of 20 times in 1 quarter. 20 carries. They've ran 23 total offensive plays. Perry, they've only ran about 4. So it's
incredible.
Yeah, talk about time of possession. They want to hold the ball a little longer, but that means you got to get some yards here. Moses in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's under pressure. Looking, throwing. It is caught. What a throw and catch. Yeah, Braden Richards there on the catch. It's going to be a solid carry. Will Sale on the target and the defense there for the tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up for Perry.
And again, so far to this point, Perry tried to utilize the Hornets, go side to side, work at the perimeter, and that's what they're going to do. Now remember, the last offensive drive, which led to the interception, Kirtland was able to adjust there, and it came off of a 3rd down.
Yep.
So we're going to see here how the Pirates offensively respond.
Yep, 3rd and 5 from their own 10. Moses in the pistol. He's actually going to move Studio over to his left hip, now his right. And he got a flag in the play. This could be in the area of false start. Delay a game from Perry. So that should be about a 5-yard penalty or so. Yep, and they're going to move him back. So half the distance to the goal essentially. So we're going to see now 3rd about 9, 10 yards or so for the Perry Pirates. So that means Moses is going to be back in his own end zone, just past her on his back foot on the goal line. Studio on his left hip. Moses is going to roll to his left, looking, going to throw off balance. It is caught by Richards. He cuts through, still on his feet. Richards breaks through, left side of the 50. He is gone. Braden Richards into the end zone. Touchdown, Perry. 94 yards to the house. And the Pirates are on the board. Wow. Don't see that every day, AA.
Incredible strength by Richards. You know, it's just...
He was dead to rights back at the 15-yard line, and he just kept going.
Yeah, he should have been down. I mean, it's just incredible. It's just incredible. That play tells... If you're watching and you're saying, why is the weight room important? That play is the reason why.
And it looks like we're going to go for two off that big momentum. Moses in the shotgun, rolling out to his right. He's got the ball in his hands. He's still got it. Looking, going to toss it over. It is caught.
Wow!
And it's good for the two-point conversion. And that's the name we're going to hear on defense. Also on offense, too, the fullback, Owen McCoon with the catch.
And Moses was just cool, calm, and collective on that two-point conversion, just waiting. He didn't rush.
No.
He did not rush. And to make that pass, essentially cross-body, to be able to make that play, just incredible. An incredible statement, taking advantage defensively for Perry, and then just getting the big play. What a statement.
Wow.
That is how you make a statement against statistically the top team in the state of Ohio over the last several years.
Six state championships from the Kirtland Hornets, and Perry right now playing like they're state champion. 8-0 the score, and the first time we're talking about the scoreboard means we're talking about tonight's sponsor for the scoreboard, of course. That is Independence Business Supply. They're Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer, providing you with a single source for office products, facility, in break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about our products and amazing customer service. 8-0 with 10:48 to go in this first half, and now Kirtland, after two solid long drives, looking the other way. Only a couple plays ran from Perry, but they're on the board first, and they're leading in this game. And the ball taken by Beers on the left side. He breaks through. He's got some room to run, spinning and going down after a solid return for the Hornets. They're going to have the ball at their own 33-yard line to start this drive, AA.
Yeah, Coach Getzwitz of Perry, first off, just getting the guys prepared and
my goodness,
ready to go.
94-yard touchdown throw. You're backed up after a penalty in your own end zone. And Walter Moses makes possibly the play of the season so far for the Perry Pirates, and obviously Braden Richards a big part of that too with what he was able to do after the catch.
Now, as exciting as that was, if you're the Pirates, for the most part, a lot of these players, they're back on defense.
Yeah.
So you can't just, be like, oh, this is great. You got to go right back there because Kirtland's going to be right back on the attack.
And Coach Getzwitz probably echoing that statement. The pick off to the left side, going to be a run for Kirtland. Ball is pushed back. Solid job by the defensive line. They finished that play. Again, that was Rocco Alfieri with the carry. He got a couple of yards there. Going to give him 3. So Alfieri on the evening so far, 10 carries, 40 yards. Beers has 8 for 33. Laverty 3 for 10 in this rush-heavy offense.
And again, their issue has not been, from 20 to 20. It's been in the red zone and finishing off drives.
So we'll see 2nd and 7 from their own 36. 10 minutes to go in this first half for the Kirtland Hornets now on offense. Laverty falls and hands off the left side. Pushing through, still on his feet. That was, I believe, Beers. And Beers showing off the size. He's a big boy, 6 foot, 170 pounds, the senior.
Yeah, if Richards did not make the open field tackle out there, that was going to be a huge gain for the Hornets.
Yeah, instead of 4 yards, we could be talking about 40, depending if he was able to turn that corner. So here we go, 3rd down, and I want to say about 4 to 5 yards here for the Kirtland Hornets, trying to lick the wounds a little bit after that big play from the Perry Pirates on offense. Now the Hornets offense trying to respond from their own about 37-yard line. Laverty going to roll to his right, going to throw. It's passed, it's caught, and still on his feet. Eventually took it down there midfield. Saw a gain of about 13 and a first down for the Hornets. Yeah, Blasini with another catch, and that's going to move the chains.
And good communication between quarterback and receiver. Blasini was right. They they gave him the option there on that route, and he called for it, made the play. The ball was already in the air when he turned around, and that's how you got to do it. If you're Kirtland, good play there and a good first down.
And Laverty 2 of 4 for 23 yards in this first half. We don't talk too much about the passing for the Hornets, but when you get down early, maybe you see more of those attempts. Mosini in motion, and it's going to be a penalty, and that looks like it's going to be going back on a false start. So both offenses with a penalty apiece. Now, of course, after Perry got a possession, a penalty last time, they went 94 yards and scored. I'm sure Coach Laverty wouldn't mind having one of those situations happen for his team as well, maybe.
No, not at all, Kyle. Not at all.
Yeah, this time, though, it's going to back him up. First down 15 from their own 45. So they were at the midfield marker, but they're back on their own side of the field, that being the home Kirtland Hornets, finding themselves down 8-0. Early on in this ball game as we have 9 minutes to go in this first half. Jake Laverty, the sophomore starter, directing traffic. He's back now under center. And that may be either a timeout or delay a game. We'll see. And they're going to give a timeout to the Kirtland Hornets. And again, Coach Laverty wants to take a minute. Of course, we're going to take a minute, too, to remind you guys about our presenting sponsor, of course, of CVC TV. That's Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber, of course, their specialties, including dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That is www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support for the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV.
Speaking of the CVC, Chagrin Valley Conference, I mean, this is why this conference is as strong as it is.
Battle of the heavyweights in the conference for sure.
This is legitimately a heavyweight battle, and no kidding, both of these teams could be representing the CVC in Canton in the state final. Perry in Division 5, Kirtland in Division 6.
Yeah, and Perry, of course, inside their own Chagrin Conference. Talk about Chagrin Falls, Hawken, Lutheran West, Orange. Some tough competition for them. This is a nice barometer as Beers takes the carry left side. He is met. Again, by Perry. That, I believe, was that Studio, I believe, on the tackle possibly. Yeah, Jaden Studio got in. Only a 2-yard gain from Beers.
And that was after with multiple defenders forced to run to go the other way. I don't think Kirtland wanted that to happen at all.
Well, we're never too sure because Kirtland's offense is a puzzle wrapped in a maze inside a mystery, essentially.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on there.
That's a good point.
As we see now, 2nd and 13.
Multiple options, Kyle.
It really is. There's a lot going on back there. It's going to be a handoff right side. Some room to run now. Kirtland has the ball. Big carry and a first down and then some for the Hornets. And Beers turned it.
And sorry, Kyle, as you say just a moment ago, multiple options in the backfield. Just when you think ball's going to go one way, got the misdirection coming back the other way. And Coach Tiger Laverty, his sideline is fired up after that play.
Yeah, 15 yards for Beers and a first down. Quick play, handoff up the middle. Actually, it may actually be Laverty who kept it himself. Nope, Beers got it quick. And a 4-yard carry for Beers, who now has 12 carries for 58 yards in this first half. And it'll be 2nd and 6 on the about 34-yard line of Perry now for the Hornets.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they got their composure back. They're back to Hornets football, after that big score. And this is what they do. Couple of short gains and then the big play. And then more short gains and the big play.
Yep, 7:35 to go in this first half. 8-0. Perry with the lead, but Kirtland threatening again. Pitch left side. It's Alfieri on the carry. He's going to break left, try to get through, and Perry swarming to the football. And McCoon there on the tackle, number 44, as well as Braden Richards in studio. You're going to hear all three of those guys' names periodically throughout the night, so it's going to be 3rd and short now for the Hornets.
Yeah, and Savone, number 6, he did not make the tackle, but he was the man responsible for outside containment. And he forced the run back inside. And again, I cannot stress enough how important that's going to be for the Pirates defense.
And 3rd and 4 on the Perry 32. Laverty pushing through up the top, and Perry's able to swarm, and we're going to see where they mark that. That's going to be, I believe, short.
And that was what a mishandle of the football there.
It really was. as now it is going to be 4th and short. Studio McCoon there pushing that back in the pile. So another 4th down attempt coming up for Kirtland. This is another 4th down conversion attempt here. And Perry's been able to stand strong for most of these. They gave up 1 4th down conversion, but
I believe 1 for 3 so far.
yeah. Pitch the outside. Beers going to turn the corner. He is going to have the first down, and more. Beers breaks through and gets down inside the 15 near the 10. Beers with a big carry and moves the chains for Kirtland.
This young man, 6 foot even, 170 pounds. He is explosive. When you get the football in his hands, it's just incredible, the speed, and there's power with it too. Like, it's hard to bring him down.
Yeah, 19-yard run from Beers there, cut back up from the outside back in, and he found a lane and used it. Beers 13 carries 77 yards in this first half. On the 10-yard line, pitch back out to Beers. He cuts back up the middle, and this time Perry's there. And Braden Richards is there. Maybe a yard, if that, but they're actually going to mark him back at the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
Yeah, and a penalty.
Yeah, late coming in. Was it a hold? I think it was. And there it is. So it's a 10-yard penalty back, and Kirtland's got some more field to work with here.
Yeah, it's just those breaks here, and to this point, Kirtland's not getting those breaks, right here. But the holding plays come from the defense is just so fast.
Right.
And you're not used to this kind of speed at all if you're the Hornets.
Here's a fun one. 1st and goal from the 20 for the Kirtland Hornets with 5:20 to go in this first half. Here's on the outside. He is swarmed and brought down. Studio is back there. What a tackle. Yeah, Smith kind of started that for the Perry Pirates. Andrew Smith, the junior defensive lineman, and Studio cleaned up the scraps at the end.
And what Coach Gittrich talked about going into this game, you got the star players. It's going to be the line.
And Laverty going to throw, look in the back corner, and complete in and out of the hands of Blasini. Wants the penalty. He's not going to get it. Solid coverage by Perry. And there is a flag that came in late. And it may be, is it against Kirtland here, possibly? Or it looks like we're moving the ball back. And here we go, some more yards, and waiting to see the
I
official
believe it's
wording.
against Perry.
And actually, up there, you're going to call it against Perry. You're right, Double A.
Yeah.
Looking for maybe a neutral zone, or not a very big penalty, not many yards there, but still 12 men on the field. There we go.
I'll do it.
Sorry, I didn't go to math school, so I couldn't count, unfortunately. But there was 12 white jerseys there, so.
Don't worry. We'll,
Can you forgive me?
Peter's working Peter Tully's working on the count the men on the field technology just for you, Kyle.
Thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate that. Process Beers gets the carry on the left. He breaks through, and he's met by Studio and driven back out of bounds. And a late hit. Some pushing going on, and this could be some issues for Kirtland. We'll see what happens. Because now it's a penalty fest.
We'll see who they call it against here.
Yeah. It's usually not the person that struck first, it's the one after. Yeah, well, they're going to call it on Perry, it looks like.
Well, again, very emotional game. And, again, this is one of those moments where, do what you do, but you also got to be smart, too.
Yeah. It should be second down for Kirtland here, I want to say, but they're actually going to mark it third, believe it or not. So here we go, 3rd down and about 8 yards here. It's goal, but 8 yards to the end zone for Kirtland. Laverty going to look, he's going to throw it up back at the end zone, looking for Blasini, just out of his reach, incomplete. 4th down and goal, 8 yards to go. Laverty just couldn't make it.
Yeah, they tried that back corner again and just not able to get the connection. And I believe, Kyle Cornell, we are going to see a field goal attempt.
All right. So, yeah, 8 yards, a bit much. So we're going to see a kick. Both these teams have pretty good kickers. We're going to see Kirtland's attempt now. And that is Nick Barisic with the kicking duties for Kirtland. It is up. It's got the distance, and it is no good. Wide left. And Perry, again, cheating some points, not getting them on the board for Kirtland. Perry has the ball of 8-0 with 4:16 to go in this first half. Well, it had the leg to get there, just a little wide left.
Yeah, it did. I got to tell you right now, Kyle.
Perry is just getting all the praise.
This is something. This is something.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 20 for the Perry Pirates with 4:16 to go in this first half. And coming off the impressive defensive stand, the missed field goal, and now Walter Moses, who's seen the pros and cons of being a high school quarterback. He's thrown an interception and he's thrown a 94-yard touchdown. He wants the ladder here. Again, as Moses is going to roll, he's actually going to pitch to his running back Studio up the middle. Studio going to break through and get a solid gain near the first down.
And again, just like the previous drive, you get the 4th down, stop, and now if you're the Pirates, you need to build. You need to build. 8-0 lead is not good enough. You need to keep building, if you're the Pirates. And they know that.
Yep, 7-yard pitch and run for Studio. His first carry of the ball game. He's been active on defense, but now getting involved on the offense, too, for the Perry Pirates in those white uniforms, white helmets. Kirtland, of course, in the all blues. Throw, Moses inside. It's tipped in. Wasn't caught. And they're going to say no, it was incomplete. It went through the hands of McCoon. And it looked like for a second Savone may have caught that, but just could not bring it in, so it's going to be incomplete.
That would have been nuts. And I thought for a split second it was going to be picked off.
Yeah. I mean, there were some blue jerseys over there, too. Yeah, we weren't too sure about that. But, again, Perry kind of able to get another break, so they'll keep possession, and it's going to be 3rd and short from their own 27-yard line, 3:37 to go in this first half. Perry has the 8-0 lead. Moses in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Throw. Out route caught. Again, that is Savone. And we're going to see where we mark that. I believe it should be enough for a first down. And it is.
And again, now just attacking, just a spread offense, just operating. And Moses is able to make confident decisions in the pocket, get right to his weapons. And his offensive line is doing a great job of giving him protection. Yeah,
moving that line around too, making Kirtland have to run with all those subs. As Moses again going to hand it off inside. There's room to run. Here we go. It's Studio with a solid carry and a first down.
And again, we know Jaden Studio, the explosiveness he has. Huge gap again provided by the offensive line and able to follow through and get the big game.
Yeah, 18 yards for Jaden Studio on that delayed handoff. It's going to move the chains again for Perry's offense. Everything going the Pirates' way so far this first half. Just over 3 minutes to go in the frame. 8-0, Perry with the lead and driving once again. Moses, 3 wide to the right. He's going to hit his man in motion is McCoon. He'll take the snap, roll left. Looking. Moses going to throw it up deep down the field to McCoon, and it's incomplete. A little bit overthrown, double coverage. Solid coverage down there, again, by Lassini and Beers.
Take your shot. see what goes on. But you take the shot, you do it responsibly. If your man's not going to get the football, you better make sure nobody gets the football.
Yeah.
You do that. And again, from the D-backs for Kirtland, great job there on coverage, guarding McCoon.
Yeah, talk about Lassini, who's the receiver that's been able to make plays on the offensive end for Kirtland. He's obviously also in the defensive backfield, as well as Beers, who kind of plays safety and moves around too. To see both of them make some plays. Now 2nd and 10 on the 49. And Moses is going to keep it himself, run out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. He could get next to nowhere. And a solid tackle and chase down. Again for Kirtland. Jack Lessick was around there to make the tackle, the junior.
Yeah, and on the CVC Media Days a few weeks ago, he was one of the guys that was talked about as a breakout player. Had a very strong camp for the Hornets, and a great play by him. And also up front, because there was multiple guys following through and breaking the containment.
Really was. Now 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 from the 47. Their own Perry with the ball. Moses in the shotgun. Feeling pressure, rolling out to his left. He's going to keep it. He's got room to run. Moses turns the left side. He breaks through, and that is going to be a first down for Perry. What a run by Moses.
An absolute weapon on the ground. That's almost similar, Kyle, to the role that he had when he was a freshman with Perry, when he was doing spot duty, when he wasn't starting, but he was going in, and that's how he was utilized. But he has that ability to do that.
20-plus yard run, and we got a injury timeout here. One of the Kirtland Hornets down on the field. Looks like maybe some cramping going on after the 20-plus yard run from Walter Moses, who was able to hit that edge. Obviously felt some pressure on his right side. You could see it when it was coming right at him. Was able to roll out left, and you talked about it. That athletic ability that keeps him afloat. We've seen the arm, we've seen the talent he has with the pass, but he was built off that running ability early on as a quarterback. Now this is third year, really kind of getting that starting nod again, and the experience shining through for Walter Moses.
Yes, it is, absolutely. And you initially look at the roster for Perry, and we're doing prep for this game, and you mentioned some of the guys, Moses and Studio and Richards, Savone in there as well, and McCoon. And you think, the five-headed monster for Perry. They have a lot of returners. No, this is actually, they're surrounded by a lot of young talent, young guys, young underclassmen on his team who, again, they don't know any better. As coaches have said, they know it's a big game, and they don't know the significance of the big game. They're just excited to play.
Yeah, Casey Karkoff was the Hornet that was pulling up with a bit of a cramp. He was able to walk up under his own power. Studio gets the handoff. Left side, 1st and 10 on the Kirtland 32, and Studio able to get a couple of yards on the carry. That's his third of the first half. He gets about 3.
I think now is the time to mention, because Kirtland is not used to being in this position at all in the regular season. So much so, they're coming into this game, Kyle, 57 straight regular season wins. The last time they have lost in the regular season was in 2016, Week 9 against Cuyahoga Heights.
Been a minute. Or a few thousand. Again, Moses throws left side. He has an open receiver, but just overthrows. For him, that was, Luke Savone, who broke through on the coverage and just a little bit too much on the throw for Moses.
Just a little bit there, and it's tough. Just to illustrate how long it's been, LeBron and Kyrie.
Both still Cavaliers.
And Kevin, we're still here.
All 3 of them,
Yeah, coming off of an NBA championship.
It's been a minute. Definitely, As Moses looks to throw again, he's going to throw over the middle. That one's going to drop incomplete. A lot of finger pointing and looking for flags, but none going to be granted. Good pressure there from Kirtland to make that ball come out a bit sooner than what Walter Moses wanted. He's now 4 of 9 on the evening, so not completing 50% of his passes, but that big play has been able to make up for, obviously, a lot of the under and underthrown balls so far.
Absolutely, but the last 2 plays for Kirtland, they've been able to create pressure, force Moses to throw the football a lot sooner than he wants to, and Kirtland's going to have an opportunity, if they get a stop here on 4th down, to perhaps drive down the field, Kyle, and maybe, tie this game.
Yeah, Perry going to call a timeout. They have 1 remaining. Kirtland also with 1 remaining here in this first half. There's 1:20 to go. We're looking at 4th down and 7 from the Kirtland 29-yard line for the driving Perry Pirates, who hold an 8-0 lead here at Wilson Stadium in beautiful Kirtland, Ohio. The CVC TV game of the week. The Kirtland Hornets hosting the Perry Pirates. And we talked about it, AA, really kind of still christening this brand new field, the beautiful, turf out there. Coach Laverty telling us before the game he's not a big fan of the turf, but he will be November, December, when they don't have anywhere else to practice, when the ground's all wet and muddy and there's snow possibly on the ground too. I know Northeast Ohio, we're still just beginning into September. You don't want me talking about snow yet, but hey, we're realists out here, right? We know it's coming. But
and Coach talked about it going in. It's like in the past, they practiced in Minter, practiced other places.
Yeah.
They could not host playoff games in the first couple of rounds because their grass was not in condition to do so in the past. The community's put in efforts to get the turf here.
Right, as Moses is going to take off again with the carry. He's going to break through, and he's going to be close, but it looks like he may have just got enough. We'll see where they mark the ball. It's going to be very close, AA. And they're going to give it to him. First down. Moses needed 7. I think he probably got 8.
I think Walter Moses is growing up right in front of our very eyes. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
He is, his decision-making, he is confident in his decision-making, and he knew, I'm going to take my time I see the gap, go.
Yep. They're going to give him 10 on the carry, so 3 for 30 on the ground for Moses. He's rolling out to his right, throwing. It is caught. Short gain. And I want to say,
and now, Kyle, they're using
5,
clock. Perry is.
Exactly right. Don't want Kirtland to have another shot. As Moses has the ball, he's going to have to run again, rolling out to his right, throw it, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to run and get taken out of bounds near the first down. Beer is able to chase him down. Getting right by the 10-yard line, actually the 12.
I think they gave him the first, Kyle.
How about that? Moses, in the 25 seconds to go, able to get out of bounds, too, and stop the clock. Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 12 now. And Moses has been able to make those plays with his feet, which is huge.
Yeah, and he's not resorting to it. He's assessing the field, doing what he needs to do, and then take it off with confidence.
Yep, as Moses will roll to his left here, looking, throwing. It is incomplete. And looks like McCoon just couldn't bring that one in. All McCoon was out on the flat, tried to make that catch and turn, but couldn't get it.
Ball's a little low. It would have been a tough play to make for McCoon. Now, if that ball would have tipped the wrong way off of his hands, that's Kirtland going the other way for 6. I mean, he was right there in position to do so.
By the way, Dane Pike was the receiver on the previous catch for, again, the Perry Pirates, who are now at 2nd and 10 from the Kirtland 12. 21 seconds to go in this first half. Perry has an 8-0 lead. They want to extend it even more as we get closer and closer here to the end of this first half. 5 seconds on the play clock here for Moses. He takes the snap, looking, pressure, going to throw up the middle. Tip, intercepted by Kirtland. And down at around the 5 to 7 yard line there. What a play. It looked like Howie Ayers was in there. Wow. Tip pass, and Kirtland gets bailed out with a big interception.
Yeah, and you had a hot defender coming on the edge that forced Moses to rush the ball, rush the pass, and the Hornets able to take advantage. Boy, that everyone knows how huge that turnover was. Everybody knows.
And again, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that was Howie Ayers, number 32, the freshman who made the interception. So talk about growing up before your eyes. What a play for him. Tip ball, found it, made the play.
And we talked about it here with the Hornets. They use multiple guys, in rotation. Coach Laverty said, hey, some of these young guys, these freshmen, maybe sophomores, they may not necessarily be in the quote-unquote starting lineup, but they need to be ready to go in big moments. And you kind of saw that just now.
Yeah, big play from that Kirtland defense to keep this a 1-score game. They have the ball with 12 seconds to go. Perry calling a timeout. It's their last of this first half. You got it, might as well use it there. Make sure your defense is ready for a play or two here from the Kirtland Hornets. Got to go pretty far, 94 yards. But, hey, we've seen a 94-yard touchdown in this game, so nothing's impossible.
No, and the Hornets, they do, even though they don't show it as much, they do have that big playability.
Oh, of course they do. All the different playmakers they have. It could be a run. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
We're going to also have at halftime the marching bands. They're going to perform. And both bands, they're ready to go. And
Tough Blaze going to get another Hornet dog on the sideline.
No, I'm not.
With your newfound height that you found in the booth over here on the visitor's sideline.
Oh, man, you guys should have seen the social media hit.
I've never been more short in my entire life. As a handoff for Kirtland up the middle. Still on his feet is Beers. He's going to break through and get down to about the 15. And the clock running, and it looks like there is going to be a stoppage to move the chain, possibly. Yeah, there is. They're actually going to give Beers a solid gain of 10. With that, the clock going to run out, and that's going to do it. First half is over. Again, your score at halftime, 8-0. The Perry Pirates on top of the Kirtland Hornets.
This is a stunner, Kyle. This is a stunner.
Yeah.
Not only, we know that both of these teams, Kirtland, they have a home basically in the state championship game. Perry, they're trying to get there, and they have the talent to do so. And this game, we're going to say the score here for the half. This is shockwaves across the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
This score right now.
Definitely is 8-0 to score, and Perry's going to get the ball to start the second half. We'll have your recap of stats as well as your preview of the second half coming up first. So we're going to turn it over to the wonderful bands from Perry and Kirtland. They're going to take the stage. We'll take a quick break and see you here shortly here on CVC TV. Your game of the week, the score at halftime, 8-0. The Perry Pirates leading the Kirtland Hornets. You can hear on ChagrinValleyConference.com. Back after this.
And now, presenting our show, The Magic of Disney, please welcome the Perry High School Marching Band. We begin with a song released in 2019 and recorded by Idina Menzel for the hit Disney movie Frozen 2. The song has been described as an anthem for both kids and adults to be strong and to follow your calling. Here is Into the Unknown. We continue with Try Everything, a song recorded by Shakira for the Animated Studios 2016 film Zootopia. This song featured in the movie by a character named Gazelle traveling on the train to Zootopia. Here is Try Everything. magic of Disney show is quickly coming to an end. But first, we conclude with a song from the 2016 Disney movie, Moana. The song serves as a celebration of sea voyaging and the pride that comes from being a South Pacific islander. Accompanied by a beautiful Polynesian dance, here is We Know the Way.
They're not going to do us any good.
What's your daughter doing? She's actually home. She's home this afternoon. She's going for speaking at
The Perry High School Marching Band is under the direction of Brad Ruska, Assistant Directors Jeff Miller and Beth Singer, Color Guard Advisor Hannah Namick, and Majorette Instructor Deborah Staple. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's show, and we thank you for your applause and attention.
That's pretty impressive. You played 2 games today.
Like one's completely in the middle of nowhere, one's downtown.
You can really get the replay. You can't really see it from
Sorry, one more. Big feet on small places don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Tom Dingley, Assistant Director Mr. Noah Reynolds, with flag and major advisor Carol Morris and Alexa Arslanian, and
Bruce Halftime Show with a Bang, a hit song released in 2014 featuring Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj. Here is Bang Bang. We feature our flags and majorettes for this song, released in 2016 by Sia, and one of my favorites. Here is Cheap Thrills. This Lady Gaga hit was released in 2008. We are excited to present our closing piece. This is is a poker face. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kirtland Hornet Marching Band.
Scores from the area. Menor 17, Riverside 14.
Welcome back in, everybody. Your CVC TV game of the week. The score at halftime: the Perry Pirates, the visiting Perry Pirates, leading 8-0 over the home Kirtland Hornets here at ChagrinValleyConference.com. Of course, Kyle Cornell alongside AA Anthony Alfred on your call of this matchup, and really AA. The name of the game for Perry has been balance. Obviously, with that 94-yard passing touchdown in that first half. 201 total yards for Perry, 108 through the air, 93 on the ground. Kirtland, you expected 141 yards on the ground, only 23 yards through the air. Turnovers, there have been 2 picks, 2 interceptions from the Kirtland defense, but a pair of 4 down turnover on downs for the Hornets as well have kind of evened out that turnover battle, even though right now Kirtland leads it. It's kind of surprising to see that no points on the board for the Hornets despite a couple long drives, and Perry's been able to keep the lead, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they get the ball to start the second half. Good response because Perry has been hit with adversity, facing. Remember, early in the game, Moses threw an interception. Kirtland has short field, and then Perry stopped him on 4th down, and Perry was able to go, down the field and whatnot. So Perry is able to, at least to this point, handle the type of adversity that Kirtland brings to every football game, to every opponent. It's always a chess match of who's going to get the ball and how to make that stop. Perry's doing a great job right here. That's not to say that Kirtland is not, but Kirtland has a legitimate challenge here tonight. But this is why both of these teams wanted this game on the schedule, to get that test.
And very much so. As breaking down some of the players in this first half, AA, Walter Moses, the quarterback, junior from Perry, he's just 5 for 12. He's got those 2 interceptions, but that 94-yard touchdown pass looks pretty good on the stat sheet for him. He's also got 4 carries of 40 yards as well. Braden Richards has been a story on both sides of the ball. He's got a gazillion tackles tonight already, too, but he has that 94-yard touchdown reception. He willed that touchdown into existence. He was dead to rights after maybe 10 yards, but he kept fighting through tackle after tackle and made that play, and it is the difference in this ballgame. Also want to bring up Jaden Studio, too. He also has a gazillion tackles. Now, that's not like a definite number, but don't quote me on it, but somewhere between 0 and a gazillion, he's found himself there. But he also, yeah, he has 3 carries for 28 yards. When he's touched the ball on offense, he's been able to make some plays for this team in Perry. But defensively, Studio has been really sticking out strong, making some big tackles, working through that multi-directional handoff Kirtland offense pretty well.
And it's matchup defense, too, on the Perry side. It's identifying, okay, this is who you got. And that's the tricky thing. When you're facing Kirtland, and in the past I faced triple option offenses, and not to the top level of Kirtland, but sometimes you are guilted into hero ball, hero football.
Yeah.
You want to make the big play. The moment you break away from assignment football, you give up the big play. Perry has not done that to this point so far, and they're pretty confident right now going to the second half. Now, Kirtland, Kyle, they're doing the things that they traditionally have done from the 20 to the 20.
Right.
They're getting 3, 4, 5-yard gains down the field. They are utilizing the misdirection. The problem, a couple 4th down stops. They haven't been able to convert 4th downs. You had the missed field goal as well. So that played into it. For whatever reason, they wasn't able in the first half, Kyle, to get the job done in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that's why it's been a 0 on the scoreboard.
And Kirtland normally mistake-free, but a couple turnover on downs for them in that first half. No physical turnovers, but give credit where credit's due to Perry's defense as well. Bending. Again, they allowed 141 yards on the ground on 30 carries as a team to Kirtland in that first half, but you expect that when Kirtland comes to play you, whether you're coming here or they're visiting you, they're going to run the ball. But Perry, again, able to kind of just weather the storm and not get behind early, keep the ball for enough time to be able to make those big plays and show that athleticism. That's the reason why Perry's also 2-0 this season. They've been able to score frequently. The defense has played well, and they have athletes on that side of the field. Both teams do, but Perry's are shining just a little bit brighter than Kirtland's at this point. Studio and Richards back to receive the kickoff here to start the second half. As it's going to be Perry with the ball. And the kick is away, and we're underway as that one's going to go down the backside. Richards is going to have it. He's going to take it from his own 8-yard line. Cutting back up the middle. Richards with some room to one. Big, solid Richards moving forward. Got to get some solid starting field position on the other side of the 25 to the 27 for the Perry Pirates. And Walter Moses, the starting quarterback, the junior, going to lead this offense back on the field. Up and down first half for Moses. Had a couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions. Only completing 5 of 12 passes so far, but that big touchdown can make up for a lot because it is the difference in the ballgame.
Yeah, difference on the scoreboard to this point. Good return for Richards and Perry special teams. And they got a good field position here to start.
Take that. Better than back in their own end zone as it's 1st down and 10. Moses rolling, throwing, caught! And it's a 1st down over the middle for the Perry Pirates. That was Richards on the catch, and he will move the chains. And now Braden Richards has gone over the century mark receiving.
And a little bit of adjustment on the play call, at least just one play. But you're not going to have Moses go all the way to the perimeter and shorten the field. Just a slight slide, and then finding the open man with Richards. Still able to see the whole field with just a slight slide.
And Coach Gasevich going to try and get some completions for him as well, as now Studio gets the handoff on the right side. Gets spun down after a gain of about 3.
Good job by Boyd, number 39 for Kirtland. He was sent on the blitz, stayed with it. He was initially beat, but stayed with it. Only giving up 2. Great job by Boyd.
Boyd, one of those players we're watching today in that Kirtland defense. 2nd and 8 from their own 43-yard line for the Perry Pirates as Moses gets the call from the sideline. He is in the shotgun. That's where he's been the majority of this ball game. It's where you get to see him at for a lot of it. It's the spread offense. As Moses is going to throw outside, slant caught, and close to a first down. Going to be a few yards short. Savon with the catch, number 6, his 3rd catch of the ball game.
A pretty impressive catch.
Yeah, he had to
there. It
bring
wasn't
that
a
one
perfect
in.
spot, but pretty impressive catch by Savon. And a good route, too, because you got to, you run those slants. You got to run those hard just to keep the defender off balance.
Yeah, Moses building some momentum now. Back-to-back completions after a shaky first half when it comes to completion percentage for the junior quarterback. Because it's 3rd and short. Ball on the 49-yard line. Perry's 49 as they try to flip the field and get a first down. And it looks like it's going to be miscommunication and a timeout, early timeout called with 10 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter for the Perry Pirates. Their first of the second half. With that, it gives us a chance to tell you about our presenting sponsor for CVC TV. It's Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties, of course, including dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That, of course, www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. So an early test for this Perry offense in this 3rd quarter AA as it's 3rd and short near midfield. They've been able to piece together a few positive plays for first downs and a big spot here for this offense to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, we're going to see how the Hornets, they're able to defend. Get a critical stop at the end of the first half. They got an opportunity here.
And Moses was under center. He's going to drop back the pass. He's got a receiver open. Throwing. It is caught. What a catch. Right there for Perry. Owen McCoon with the big play and a big first down.
The junior, 6 foot, 193 pounds. And sometimes when you have a play like that, you're just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, he caught it. 20.
Caught it. Just get the ball out.
Yeah, 27 yards on the 3rd and short, and it's a big flip of the field on the Kirtland 24-yard line. Studio with the carry. He's still on his feet, barreling downhill, and gets a solid gain. Jaden Studio with the run.
And that's how you respond. Again, it's that 1-2 punch right there. And after the big play, you got Studio. It's just explosive out of the backfield. Getting a really good game. What is it, 9 yards there, Kyle?
Yeah, 9 yards. He's up to 5 carries for 40 yards in the ball game. When he's touched the ball, he's been able to make some solid plays, averaging 8 yards a carry.
Amazing.
For Studio. Talk about running the ball. Usually you talk about Kirtland, but now Perry showing both sides of it. Moses going to hand to Studio again. He's breaking left. Studio cuts back. He's got some room to run. He's going to have a first down and then some. Jaden Studio moving the chains.
And the blocking up front, just sealing that left side. Just impressive, just up front for the Pirates.
Yeah, 7-yard run for Studio there on the carry. That's going to be 1st and goal now from the 8-yard line for Perry as Walter Moses trots back into the huddle, getting the call from the sideline. A very strong, successful first drive of the second half for Perry as they look to try and extend their lead to 2 scores. So there we go, left hash lined up again, 8 yards out from possible 6 points. Moses in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Actually, no, that's Richards, I think, that took the direct snap. Yep, it was Braden Richards.
I believe that was the second direct snap of the game.
You know, sometimes some trickery coming on the other side, too. 4 yards, cuts the down a distance in half now. So Braden Richards has 3 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown. He also has 3 carries for 9 yards. And he makes some plays on defense, too.
And you're noticing, too, Perry utilizing a lot of substitution packages. Studio's back in, Moses is back in.
Yep, here it is. Walter Moses, Studio up the middle, though. A handoff. He cuts inside, and he is waiting for a word. There it is. Touchdown, Perry. Jaden Studio gets into the end zone, and just like that, the lead is now going to balloon to 14-0. The Pirates' 2-score lead over the home Kirtland Hornets.
You know what was amazing? Before the game, we're down on the field talking about teams, and Perry, and they do this every game, they're loose, warming up. They were excited just to play a football game. And it shows right now.
Yep, and they're so loose, they're going to go for 2 again here. Converted the first one. Going to throw to the outside. It is caught, and it's good. What a play on a misdirection. That looked like a pro-style offense right there. We saw that. Big catch from Richards. He gets it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. And just like that, the score is 16-0. The Perry Pirates on top of the Kirtland Hornets here in your CVC TV Game of the Week.
And that was a pro-style quarterback throw, pro-style quarterback turnaround and throw by Moses. Incredible to get that ball right there. The perfect zip to make that play. It's 16-0.
Moses on that drive, too, completing all 3 of his passes, including a 4th, obviously, for that 2-point conversion. Again, I'm sure that was something Coach Gesevich talked at halftime with him about, trying to develop some completions to get a rhythm going. A couple short ones early, then he takes the 27-yard bomb to top off the defense to McCoon on that big play to really flip it over on the Kirtland's head on defense. And now the Hornets in a very unfamiliar spot, down 2 scores at home. It's been a long time since they've been in one of these situations here at home.
But win, lose, or draw, this is a good, phenomenal opportunity for the Hornets. They wanted to load the schedule up.
Yeah, they did. It was a tough first week against Dalton, but they found a way to win that 14-7. Going to have to battle back in this one, too, as the Hornets get mad. Perry there on the return. It was short before a swarm of white jerseys got in on the play. So here we go. Kirtland's first offensive possession. Double A, you mentioned 20-20. They put together some solid drives in that first half, but literally were not able to convert inside that 20-yard line when it mattered most. Coach Laverty, what do you tell your team in this situation if you're him, Double A, when you kind of come out on offense now?
Buckle down and play with confidence. Play with confidence. Remember who you are. You're the Kirtland Hornets. Like, the standard is set with your program, your organization. Just play your football all the way through.
Yeah, Beers in motion. And look, Laverty's actually backing himself. He's going to try and throw the ball. He fakes, and now he's going to run. Here comes Laverty. Jake Laverty breaking left side. He's got room to run. He's got the first down and more. Laverty going to trot out of bounds near midfield. Jake Laverty, a near 25-yard run and a first down for Kirtland.
And great job also by Boyd, number 39, for staying with it and staying on the perimeter, getting the blocks. He's telling his guys, he's telling Perry, you're not touching my quarterback. That's exactly what he was saying. You will not touch my quarterback until he goes out of bounds. Great work by the offensive line, and Boyd getting that big game.
Especially marked out at their own 46-yard line. That's going to be a 23-yard run for Jake Laverty. He's got 5 for 35 on the ground today so far. It is going to be a handoff left side. And that is going to be number 11 again for Kirtland. That is Rocco Alfieri with the carry. His 12 for the ball game.
I believe we got a flag down, Kyle.
Yeah, late one coming in. We're going to see what this is, usually in the area of holding. Going to wait. There was a pickup there. Question is, they're trotting back over to Kirtland's sideline, maybe asking, and it's going to be thrown off. Was that a towel, Double A, or was it an actual flag?
You know what? It might have been. I don't know.
And there's a flag.
That was not a towel.
That one we can confirm. Or maybe we can't. I don't know. So we're still kind of figuring out what's going on. Maybe it was another towel.
That might have been a save flag. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it was a 7-yard run nevertheless before. This time, going to turn in the corner, and Alfieri going to move the chains for a first down.
And this is now pressure cooker time for the Pirates defense. Kirtland, they're doing exactly what we talked about. They're playing Kirtland football right now. They're attacking, and defensively, they need to be ready. They need to absolutely be ready.
Yeah. Double A, you mentioned it. 56 straight wins at home in the regular season for Kirtland. On the line tonight, here at home. Players starting to feel that a little bit. 1st and 10 on the Perry 43-yard line. Laverty stumbles, going to throw. He's going to roll out. It's caught and complete. Wrecking the right side, cutting back in. 1st down and more for the Kirtland Hornets.
Yeah, Will Sell, number 5,
Yep.
making the completion. And Coach Laverty is just saying he is that dude. You know, he's like talking about one of the breakout players. Just get him the football, and he'll operate. First time we heard noise out of Kirtland's side in a little bit.
It's been a bit there, as I believe that's Beers on the carry. Nope, they're going to give Fieri actually on that one. Nope, it is Beers. All right, so I was right.
You're good. You're good.
I thought I saw number 18 over there.
Again, Kirtland's been fine 20-20. Now, how they're going to operate in the red zone?
That's big as Laverty back to pass again. He's got pressure, and he's going to throw the ball out of bounds. There was a receiver in the vicinity. I think that was Savon that was back there, but just a little bit short. And again, Laverty feeling that pressure pretty quick.
Yeah, flushed out of the tackle box there, Laverty. That quickly, Kyle, it's now 3rd down.
Yep.
And the problem for the Hornets has been in this game, their red zone offense.
Yep, this is where the struggle comes in. Laverty, 3 of 7 on the day, passing for 46 yards. He's got 35 yards on the ground, too, but
and you got to figure this is 4th down territory as well.
got to assume because the clock's running, 6:06 to go in this 3rd quarter. Laverty going to throw immediately. It's a slant. It's caught. And Perry was there, but a solid pitch and catch. Honestly, that was Savon on the catch for Kirtland. And that was not actually. That was, I want to say, Lessig.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Will Lessig was out there, number 6. So,
oh, boy.
Cut it in half. Yeah, 4th and 4. Another 4th down for this Perry offense.
Here to Perry faithful. We're on the visitor side.
Yep, going to be a handoff. Fieri up the middle. He got met, and he's going to be short. Perry's defense holds again.
The Perry defense has been unstoppable in the red zone in this game.
Bend,
this is stunning.
But don't break, Double A. That's what we're seeing with those white jerseys out there on the defensive end. And after that solid stop, Perry's offense, fresh off that touchdown drive, gets another opportunity.
Defensively, for whatever reason in the red zone, they have an answer. Perry has an answer for everything. From 20-20, Kirtland's moving right down the field, but they cannot sustain any success in the red zone.
Moses in the shotgun. He's actually going to pitch it off. Here comes Studio again. And that ball is out. It is down. And it looks like Kirtland may have got it. And they did. Kirtland's going to recover.
And that's how you respond.
Yep, Studio had a decent run, but just lost the ball. And Kirtland forces their 3rd turnover of the game. Can they capitalize this time? Hornet ball.
And again, this is what we're at a heavyweight fight right now. This is where we're at right now. And defense coming in strong. A lot of two-way players. We talk about this every week. If something bad happens offensively, how do you respond going back out on defense? The Hornets did just that. That could have been a big play for Perry.
Well, short memory for this Kirtland offense. Now they're back on the field again. 1st and 10 on the Perry 21-yard line. The Hornets trying to get into the end zone for the first time in this ball game. Laverty under center. And he's going to hand, and it is Alfieri with the carry up the middle. He's going to get a solid gain. It looks like maybe 6 to 7 yards.
Yeah, right up the gut there.
Oh, they're actually going to give him closer to 9, extending at the end of that.
Yeah, he followed up right under, right past the center, able to get right through there.
Yeah, 15 carries, 67 yards in the game for Rocco Alfieri. Double I talked about what was he able to do last year, the senior. Rushing again successfully today. Alfieri again going to keep it rolling left. He's trying to push forward. Perry's there to meet him after a 1st down run. Fieri going to get that down near the 5-yard line for a first down for the Hornets.
Yeah, great job there for the Hornets off tackle on the left side. And just handling business on the offensive line. And Hornets doing this the right way, getting right back to it.
And Laverty going to keep it himself, and he got met almost immediately by Perry. The defensive line not fooled. Talk about that red zone defense. Well, Perry trying to hold up one more time.
And they got to do it here. 3 more plays. They got to do it here. This go-to-go situation.
Yeah, second and goal from the 4 AA. The time kicks under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's 16-0. Perry on top, but Kirtland again threatening in the red zone. We'll see if they can come through this time. Only 4 yards to gain for an offense that runs the ball this successfully. This should technically be a cakewalk, but we'll see.
Kyle, I was just going to say, and Kirtland read my mind. I was wondering, spread them out here in the red zone.
Yeah, going to be a pitch out to the left. Fieri going to turn inside. He's trying to get there. He's still pushing. It's close. And no, they're going to give Beers the ball, and it's a touchdown. Kirtland. Will Beers able to fight, scratch, and claw, and beg your pardon, sting, and the Hornets get into the end zone.
This is why you do not skip leg day. You do not skip it. Driving those guys into the end zone. An incredible score. And I like the decision-making on the play call. Spread everyone out. In goal line situation, you know, Perry's had a lot of success compacting things. Spread them out. And you got the score.
A big fight there from this Hornet offense now as they are going to line up, and it looks like go 4-2 here. They kind of need to. It's 16-6 right now. Perry's on top. Laverty under center. Pitching out to the right, it's Alfieri. He's met by Perry and brought down. That'll be no good. No lane to run for Alfieri. He cut back inside, and he got met right away by a host of Perry tacklers. That brings your score to 16-6 with 3:26 to go in this third quarter. Talking about the scoreboard, the first time that the Hornets were able to get on that scoreboard tonight. So we'll talk about our scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply, an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in the Cleveland, Ohio area, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture as well. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about our products and amazing customer service. 3:26 to go in this third quarter. 16-6. Kirtland officially gets on the board, but still trail the Perry Pirates by 10. Perry AA with 3 turnovers, but still hold that 10-point lead.
Yeah, they still hold the lead, but I'm sure they're figuring right now, well, at some point, Kirtland was going to come through on the short field and cough up the ball. Hornets finally able to take advantage. We got a new football game.
Definitely do. Just a 10-point game as Perry's going to receive the click studio and Richards back to return it. That ball is directionally kicked and going to be taken out. And it was caught near the sideline. Some people saying let the ball go out of bounds because it was so close.
No. I know you could.
You don't want a chance that they'll dig down the field. Yeah.
No, because every time you think you're in good shape, that ball kicks back into the field.
Right.
And
so
who knows what's going to happen.
Short field for Kirtland if that happens. So just take the ball and take it out of bounds. First and 10 going to be from the Perry Pirates 29-yard line. As the offense fresh off that fumble, Studio in the backfield. Short memory as well for him, you got to think, and confidence being instilled. As Vaughn's in motion to the left. Going to be 3 wide left. Studio on the left hip of Walter Moses. Getting the play call from the sideline. Moses in the shotgun again. Going to hand to Studio. And back up the middle he goes. Jaden Studio going to turn inside and get a solid gain of about 4 to 5 yards.
I want to see where the confidence level is going to be with the Hornets defense. You know, they forced the turnover on the last drive. You know, where are their mindsets at? Again, following the touchdown, you know, they're back in it. So how are they going to lock down against this explosive offense?
And 9 carries on the night for Jaden Studio, 59 yards. He's got that touchdown, but he also has a fumble. So just trying to keep track of his night and the momentum he has. It's 2nd and 7 from their own 32-yard line. Moses, shotgun, looking, get a fire off his back foot. It is caught. Flag comes in late, and that could be pass interference AA. Possibly getting his back road out there in the secondary.
Yeah, just that extra bonus in there, too.
That was Richards who was on the catch, and going to see what the official call is, and it is going to look like it's going to be defensive holding. So a penalty, the first of this second half for either one of these teams. It's going to move Perry a little bit more forward.
Good awareness by Moses, too. Fighting off a defender, saw the pressure, rode out, made a great throw. And we've been talking about it. The completions for Walter Moses has been really efficient and really eye-opening how much he has grown up here tonight.
Yep. Okay, now 9 of 16 on the night. Walter Moses came into the half 5 for 12. He hasn't had an incompletion yet. Going out left, and it is caught and spun down to a solid gain right there for the Perry Pirates is number 2. Armani Chapone with the catch. His first time he's get his name called tonight.
Yeah, Chapone has quietly had a good game on both sides of the ball. He's been creating matchup issues, even though this is his first completion, creating those matchups. And the defenders, you got to respect that.
Yeah, Walter Moses looking a lot more comfortable, too, in the shotgun here in the second half as time ticks away. 1:50 to go in this third quarter, and Perry driving again, second and short near midfield. Handoff, Studio, Mill. He gets met, but still powers through. He's still on his feet. Studio pushing through. He's going to get a Perry first down. Solid run from Studio. 4 to 5 yards. It's going to move the chains.
Really, really good defense, but an even better run. I mean, it's just the man-to-man. Just, that's football. That's football. Just drive it through. You play through the whistle, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly right. As the chain has moved, now we're on the Kirtland side of the field for the Perry Pirates. 1st and 10 from the Kirtland 47. As Moses has 3 wide to the left, he's going to look, and it's going to be a handoff. Studio again, actually this time, I believe, was that Owen McCoon, the fullback, who got a carry. We've seen Studio run that play multiple times. This time it's McCoon who gets it, and not much. He may have actually maybe even lost a yard on the carry.
Yeah, gave it an effort there. Two was able to identify it and read it. Smart defense. Just trying to keep him honest. But a great response by the Hornets defense.
Yep, so it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 47-yard line for the Perry Pirates. Savon in motion will come back into the slot. Looks like Richards, I believe, is in the Wildcat here. And there's actually going to be a timeout coming down from the sideline, and I think that's going to be Perry. I want to say again, that's going to be their second timeout already of the second half. They only have one remaining with about 24 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're playing with fire here with the timeout situation, because who knows where this game's going to be a quarter from now. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you may need that timeout, so we'll see.
Could it be costly down the line? Braden Richards was in the essentially the Wildcat. He is listed as the old-fashioned ATH.
ATH.
We love that as broadcasters. That means athlete.
Yeah.
And he can go pretty much anywhere, and he has. He's had a great night receiving the ball. 4 catches, 119 yards, including that 94-yard touchdown catch and run. He's got 3 carries for 9 yards, and he's been able to make a lot of plays on the defensive side of the ball as well. And it looks like Richards and Moses both going to walk back out this time, Studio as well, so we'll see what the lineup is. Mixing things up. Also, Walter Moses, a bit of a limp on the way out. Something to keep an eye on for his mobility. We talked about 4 carries, 40 yards in that first half. Richards going to get the end-around carry. He's going to break right. He's still on his feet, pushing forward. Richards is in for a short gain.
Yeah, great containment defensively if you're the Hornets. And you want to prevent those outside jet runs from taking place. And we're in for an historic fourth quarter here, Kyle.
Very much could be. 56 games in a row the Kirtland Hornets have won at home in the regular season. Could that streak end? We're 12 minutes away from finding out the score here as we head into the fourth at Wilson Stadium in beautiful Kirtland, Ohio. 16-6. The Perry Pirates on top by 10 and driving on Kirtland's side of the field with the ball. The Hornets finally getting in the end zone in that third quarter. It took a lot. And now the question is, can the defense step up big time for Kirtland that they have so many times before to give the offense a chance in this fourth quarter to try and keep that win streak alive? It's been a long time. 2016, the last time Kirtland lost a game at home during the regular season. Where were you in 2016? You can tell people where we were.
Yeah.
But,
but again, it tells you. And these kids, they know it. You talk about the grassroots of Kirtland football. They understand the streak. They know what this means.
Yep, and it looks like Braden Richards is going to come out in the shotgun again as a Wildcat quarterback. Moses is going to get a play off here. And a flag on the play. Going to see what this comes down, and it looks like it's in the area of false start, and it is. That's a big penalty against Perry. That makes it 3rd and 7, now 3rd and 12 to start the fourth quarter, and Kirtland getting a break there on the defensive end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be the longest fourth quarter if you're a Pirates fan. This quarter, the 12 minutes, is not going to go down any quickly here.
Yeah, it may be a little bit longer than 12 officially, as Walter Moses is going to trot back onto the field, back into the shotgun. A little more yards to try and get here as the ball's moved on the 49-yard line of Kirtland. Moses looking, going to step up in the pocket. He's throwing deep. He's got a receiver down there. It is caught. It's caught. It's caught. Inside the 10. Line it up, knock him down. Walter Moses has not had an incompletion yet in this second half. And what a catch.
Yeah, Savon on that catch. Great route, great throw, able to make the completion. And hopefully he'll be okay.
And he's still down. Savon paying the price for that one. It was a long throw and catch. Moses aired it out and put just enough touch on it for Savon to catch. And yeah, he is still struggling down there after a 3-catch first half for Savon. His first catch in the second half, and it was a big one all the way down to the Kirtland 6, I want to say. That was a 43-yard pitch and catch.
Incredible. Incredible. And think about how that has shifted the game here. Because the Hornets defensively, one play away from getting the football back, 10-point game. And Savon is back up after a big play. And these fans, I'll tell you what, there is not an empty seat here on either side.
And no one's leaving.
Yeah.
Nobody's leaving.
Nobody's leaving. I mean, there's fans all across. And the parents, the student section, classmates, they could taste this.
Yeah.
They know how big this is now.
And it is 1st and goal from the 6, 11:52 to go in this ball game. Clock's going to pick up here as the Perry Pirates retake the field. So here we go. Studio and Richards in the backfield. No Walter Moses. Richards direct snap. He's going to roll to his left. Richards turning the corner. He tries to break in and he's brought down at the 5. Yeah, what a tackle by McGuire Boyd who was in there. And Will Sayer was in there as well.
Yeah, great open field tackle. And that needed to happen. That needed to happen if you're the Hornets. You needed some kind of positive. At this point, you need some kind of positive plays, positive momentum if you're the Hornets defensively. You're backed up here. Needs to happen.
Yeah, you want to keep this a 10-point game. You don't want to see any more points on that scoreboard if you're Kirtland, but Perry is threatening. Richards again in the shotgun. He's going to take it to his right, go inside. Tries to get into the end zone. He reaches, and he's just short, it looks like.
Just by a yard.
Wow. McGuire Boyd in there again to stop that one from crossing that goal line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
And Perry is almost using Kirtland's game plan against them. They're eating up this clock all the way down. 16 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to eat this up.
And it looks like it's going to be Richards again taking the snap, so maybe some issues with, again, the quarterback here, Walter Moses. We'll keep you guys up to date on that if we see him back out. Richards going to keep it again, turn the corner, and he is Close.
He's short.
He is short. Wow.
He's short.
Kirtland's defense holding up. And Richards just can't seem to pound that extra yard in, so it's going to be 4th and short. Maybe a yard, maybe less than that.
Game of inches, Kyle.
McQuire Boyd again with a big stop.
You know, both these teams, you know, Kirtland, they emphasize defense. Perry, they talked about their offensive line. The trenches, the battle up front. So what all those hard practices come down to right here.
Now Richards again going to get the snap here, and he's going to run it again himself. Richards dives in. It is. Waiting for official word. They're going to say he's short. Richards couldn't get it. What a stop from Kirtland. Wow.
An incredible stop.
They're saying it looks like Perry's trying to argue the ball came out and they recovered and got into the end zone, but no dice. It looks like it's going to be Kirtland football on their own 1 yard line. Still arguing on the sideline is Perry on the defensive end.
Yeah, the officials aren't. Yeah, and they just made it official that it will be a turnover on downs, Kyle.
Wow. What a stop. You talked about the momentum for Kirtland's defense. Of course, the student section chanting something over here that we can't repeat on air.
Well, we'll keep talking over it because, but you know what, though? You know what? Sometimes, you know, that type of drive builds character. That type of drive, you know, the Hornets in the regular season, they're not used to truly facing adversity. To make that stop, the game was over. Gets into the end zone. Kirtland getting that stop. They have an opportunity here, 9:24 to go.
And Laverde actually going to hand off, and there's a big run. Beer is still on his feet, gets past the 10. Huge carry for Kirtland. 11-yard gain, and it looks like it's going to be a Hornet first down.
And that's big, just getting out of that situation. And, you know, new set of downs.
And with the double A, we have our first 100-yard rusher of the day. Beers now eclipsing 100 to 103 yards on 18 carries, and he has that lone touchdown for Kirtland so far as we have 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 16-6 the score. Laverde going to throw left side. It is caught. Ball's bobbled, but managed to brought back in. Some trying times.
You know, it's week 3, and, you know, we know the stakes going in, and there's more game, obviously. We got an injured player on the field. On the Perry side of things, Kyle.
Yeah.
This has a feel. This has a feel of a state championship game. Of a legitimate, like just the momentum swings, the explosiveness from the line on both sides, offense and defense from both teams, and big playmakers. I mean, this is why you could, this is why you can easily see both of these teams playing December football at the Pro Football Hall of Fame at Tom Benson Stadium. You can easily see it. The effort has been at top-notch level for both of these teams. It's been incredible to watch.
Now, the only issue, of course, is time. Now, right, because technically Kirtland, and it's not technically, it's true, they're down 2 scores now. So if they're able to drive down the field, we know it takes them some time to move the ball because they run so effectively, but you do lose some time of possession with that. If you get into the end zone and you cut this time in half, there's 8:48 to go in this first half as it's like Studio was able to get up and run off, which is great to see for the Perry Pirates here, but you got to think about being able to get the ball back then in that essence if you're Kirtland too. Even if you get on the board here and make this a one-possession game, again, Perry's got and been able to drive the ball on offense down the field effectively in the second half.
Well, if you're Kirtland right now, you just focus on getting down the field. They have the explosive. They can get down the field within the next minute. They have that big playability.
We're going to see if they can. Laverde going to throw out. It is caught. That's Beers. He's pushing down. Actually, that's actually Blasini, I should say.
Yeah, remember, this drive started with 9:24 left in the fourth quarter. And, you know, Kirtland, when they have the lead, we know what they do. But they have this ability to get big plays, big passing plays down the field.
Well, you'll take 12, 15 yards of play here. That's what they've been able to do the first few of this drive. Laverde going to drop again and throw. Left side, it is caught. And a big gain again. Another 13 to 14 yards from Lessick. His third catch.
And it's quick, too. Just that communication between quarterback and receiver, setting your feet, making a sharp throw, and good work there for the Hornets.
Yeah, Laverty now 7 for 11 on the game for 86 yards, and we're going to see that ball come out of his hands quick on those plays. A lot of separation. Perry playing, again, bend, don't break. We'll give you 10 to 12 yards of play, but we're not going to let you score. And a fake. Laverty going to actually hand it off the middle, and not much there. That's what we're talking about, the misdirection from Kirtland.
And again, this is Coach Laverty, Coach Getzwitz. You know, there's just that matchup, keeping the defense honest.
A gain of 4 for Beers. Laverty going to drop, throw left side again. That's high, and it's incomplete. Just out of the reach of Lessig's hands, I should say. So we're going to have 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Just a high ball that time. You know, so far the balls have had perfect touch, just a bit off that time. And now, before a blink of an eye, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down. We know obviously it's essentially 4-down territory regardless, but you want to try and at least make this a 4th and short if you can for this Kirtland offense, who's been able to drive fairly well there on the other side of midfield, the 49-yard line of Perry. Laverty under center, dropping, looking, going to roll to his left. He's going to throw. He's got a receiver down the field. Incomplete. Looks like that was maybe Lessick down the left sideline, and this could be the biggest play of the ball game right here, AA. 4th down and 6, just past midfield, and Kirtland trying to keep this undefeated streak alive. 56 consecutive games. Could it end tonight?
Thompson, great defense. He was left on an island alone, man to man. And here we go, just like you said, Kyle. All yours.
And this is definitely the play of the game now for this Kirtland offense. 4th and 6, 49-yard line of Perry. Laverty for the first time in the shotgun tonight. He'll take the snap, throw, tip, it's incomplete! Perry defense with another big stop on 4th down. A turnover on downs. And the offense for Perry going to take the field. Kirtland just a little bit too short. And that ball just could not get out. That was the first time we've seen Laverty in the shotgun tonight. Had some time, but couldn't make the completion.
And you want great coaching? Hands up, right? Hands up in the air, get the tip, affect the pass. And that's exactly what happened. And after a drive that took less than 2 minutes, Kirtland was driving down the field. Perry getting the big stop.
7:35 to go. Perry has the ball on their own 49-yard line. Walter Moses back in the game. Remember, he didn't take a snap inside the red zone. That last possession that Perry turned the ball over on downs on. Low snap. But maybe there was a false start possibly in there too, and there was. So let's take it back 5 yards and rewind this play.
Yeah. And remember the timeout situation, too, here. Perry only has 1 timeout. Kirtland has all 3 of their timeouts. So you kind of see kind of the dynamic of.
Well, there's going to be some coaching involved here in the last 7.5 minutes, AA, as far as how to use those timeouts, when to. If you're Kirtland on defense, you want to just try and get some stops and not have to try and burn any of your timeouts on this possession. As Moses going to roll to his left throw. It is caught. And a spin out of bounds. Solid throw and catch on the left side there for Savon, who's obviously back and making plays again, his 5th catch of the night.
Yeah, if you noticed, too, you know, he tried to stay in bounds there as well.
Yeah, but just could not keep it there. That's going to be a gain of about 7. So gives Savon 5 catches for 61 yards on the evening. And again, Moses, no incompletions in the second half. He's been rock solid in that shotgun. Handoff, Studio up the middle. He cuts through and gets a solid gain. 5 more yards for Studio.
Momentum clearly on the Perry Pirates side there, but did not get the first down.
Yep.
Kirtland defense, they have an opportunity. They just got to be smart. They got to read their keys. Know what's at stake here. And attack.
And Moses still with a little bit of a limp, AA. We're not seeing him obviously run the ball at all in the second half, trotting out there with that limp, but he's been able to throw extremely well. 12 of 19, 220 yards on the ball game. Those 2 interceptions in the first half, distant memories. 3rd and short on the 44. And Moses proving me wrong. He runs, puts his head down, and gets a Perry first down.
He said, look, Kyle. He said, look, Kyle. He said he's going to take the snap. I'm good. And boom, it's just takeoff.
Unbelievable run. Talk about clutch players. And
he's done that a few times here, Kyle.
Yeah, Walter Moses is able to make those plays. He's going to move the chains again for the Perry Pirates. It's 1st and 10 on the Kirtland 40. 6:26 to go in the ball game. Perry holding on to that 16-6 lead, trying to end a 56-game home win streak for the home Kirtland Hornets. Carey up the middle. And a solid run from McCoon.
And just mixing that in here. And, again, for the Hornets, who've won several state championships, and they will all obviously be in the mix, of course. They wanted this schedule to be loaded. Last week they had a tough matchup with Lutheran West. The score opened up, of course, they handled business. But a Lutheran West team expect to go to the playoffs. Dalton Bulldogs, week 1, that came down to the wire. And a big challenge here against the Pirates.
Yep, Moses back in the shotgun. He's going to drop and roll to his right. Still on his feet, looking. Moses looking. Going to throw the ball away. Incomplete. Smart throw there, not wanting to turn the ball back over. That is the first incompletion of the second half for Moses, and that was a throwaway. So take that as you will.
Well, a great defense there, and great job flushing Moses out of the pocket. We talked earlier in the second half. Moses had a few plays where he's only been able, when he's kind of slide step and still had the entire field to look at. What you got to do defensively is limit the field for Walter Moses.
Yep.
Just limit the field. Cut it down by 80%.
So here we go, 3rd down and 7 from the Kirtland 37. Moses looking, quick throw to the outside, it's caught. And he's going to turn and go upfield, still moving on his feet. Savon still on his feet. He's going to break it to the end zone. Touchdown, Perry. Luke Savon, 37 yards into the end zone. And the Perry Pirates extend their lead once again.
And to do it off of a screenplay. To high point the football and use the explosiveness to go right down the field. Perry taking full advantage. My goodness.
What a second half throwing the ball for Walter Moses. Had that pressure in his face, and we're going to go for 2 again. No kicking tonight. Moses in the shotgun. They've converted 1. They've converted 2, actually. They'll go for a 3rd here. Moses rolling to his right. He's going to have the ball in his hand, still looking, trying to turn the corner. He's going to get it. Moses trots it in. 24-6. The Perry Pirates on top of the home Kirtland Hornets. Fair to say AA, a shocking result right now to this point.
I want everyone in the state of Ohio to say hello to the Perry Pirates out of Lake County. If this holds, is the biggest win in the state of Ohio. The significance of this coming in, and Perry right now is sending shockwaves to all of Division 5 and the state of Ohio right now. Absolutely incredible what they have been able to do to this point. Game not done yet. Job's not done. But to this point, this changes the program.
Yeah.
You think about those kids that may be on the fence about perhaps joining a football program. You're going to look at this game, and you're going to be like, if I was on the fence about joining the football program, maybe I want to be a part of this.
Promptly jump off that fence and into the huddle, because you want to be a part of that, obviously. If you're, a Perry Pirate, if you're growing up in the school district, obviously we know the impact Kirtland has here in the community with the local kids. We talk about the subfield that's actually beyond the end zone over on the east side of the field, where, of course, some kids are playing and having fun and enjoying themselves. And Yeah, this is truly impressive. You see, there was also, it looks like there was a penalty towards the end of that. That's why Perry's able to kick off on the 45-yard
on the 2-point try.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to see this ball probably, my guess is go through the end zone if I'm a betting man, unless this is going to be a pooch kick. But still.
And remember, the moment the ball crosses the end zone on a kickoff, it's an automatic touchback in high school.
Yeah. So we'll see the boot here. And, yeah, that's going to go out of the back. So there you go. Touchback, ball's going to come back out to the 20-yard line. 5:15 to go in this ball game. And the Kirtland Hornets, it's fair to say, AA, in very unfamiliar territory right now, down 24-6 at home to the visiting Perry Pirates.
Yeah, well, 56, 57 straight regular season wins.
Whew.
Have not seen this. Now, even though the previous drive did not finish off the way they wanted to, Kirtland moved the ball very quickly down the field before the drive stalled at midfield. The Hornets, they have that big play potential, and they need it here right now.
Got to see it. So here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 20. 5:15 to go. Kirtland and Laverty going to step up. He's breaking through. Going to throw to the outside. Intercepted! Trying to make a play through the air. That ball was picked off, and Perry will have it with outstanding field position. The first turnover of the game, and it was a big one. What a play by the Perry Pirates.
Unbelievable.
Didn't see a number on the interception, AA, but still, solid coverage for Perry because the guy that picked him off got swarmed immediately by the defense and by the sideline.
Oh, my goodness.
And now Perry's going to have the ball on the Kirtland 33-yard line with 5:09 to go, and they can essentially put the nail in the coffin for sure if they can get one more ball across that goal line. They only got to go 33 yards to do it.
Watch the stack on the top of the screen.
And it looks like that's going to be, I want to say, Studio with the carry. It will be.
And that stack might have been obviously a decoy for the run play.
Studio's 12th carry of the game. That one goes for about 4. He's got 73 yards in that touchdown. So Jaden Studio showing up big time now on offense, getting those carries in the second half and making the most out of them.
So they saw the News Herald last week, the 5-headed monsters of the Perry Pirates.
Oh,
Richard, Studio, Savone, McCoon, and Moses. And
every
surrounding
single one.
them, a bunch of young kids.
Yeah, Studio gets the carry again and gets near that first down marker.
So think about this, Kyle. So you talk about the 5-headed monsters that the News Herald referred to last week with the Perry Pirates. And surrounding those guys, and again, these are your upperclassmen leaders. Surrounding those guys, you have a lot of underclassmen who Coach said they don't know any better. They don't know.
It's a willful ignorance for a team. That's a good thing. Usually when you say ignorance, you think it's a bad thing. It's not. They really said they don't know who they're going to play. They're just going to stay within themselves and do the job. And Perry's been able to prove that AA today to this point. 3rd and short, about 1 yard to gain on the 24-yard line of Kirtland. Handoff middle. Studio pushing through. He is going to have a first down. Jaden Studio continues his fine performance. Move the chains again. Perry with that first down as the clock continues to tick down. 3:30 to go in the ball game.
And I want to make sure the Hogs up front, the offensive line, get their due credit. They have worked their behinds off all game long. And you need to against this high-powered Kirtland defense, one of the absolute best. And this offensive line has been incredible from the first snap.
Really has. The play clock kicks down. 5 seconds to go. Got to get the snap off if you're Moses. He'll take it. Handoff. Studio. Middle. Cuts inside. This time Kirtland meets him there and brings him back. Solid tackle at the end of that play for Kirtland. That was Matthew Cayley, the junior, who made the play for the Hornets. Only 3 yards for Studio on that carry. 15 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown for Jaden Studio as he trots off the field here. Going to see some more of Richards probably out there now too, as well as Darion Howard getting some play time as well. In the backfield on the right hip of Moses. 2:20 to go in the ball game. 24-6 Perry on top, 2nd and 7 on the 17-yard line. There is the carry for Darion Howard.
Ron Howard on the carry. Down by Danny Alfieri.
About a 3-yard run for Howard.
Howard, one of those guys getting work for this offense. And now just the final step here for the Pirates, closing the game out.
Yep. 3rd and 4, 14-yard line of Kirtland. Moses is content with taking the clock down. It's going to be at about 1:35 on the snap, the carry. Howard met by that defensive line. Still some fight from the Hornets. Toss down at the end of it. For essentially no gain on the play, maybe a yard if they're spotting it. And what a game for the Pirates. 4th down here coming up. They are going to do something that no team's been able to do for the last almost 8 calendar years, AA, and that's win a game here in Kirtland during the regular season. And their team name wasn't the Hornets, obviously. Impressive.
It's amazing.
Again, under a minute to go now in the ball game. It's 24-6. I imagine you're going to see possibly some sort of run. But we've been surprised before, and it will be Howard on the carry. He'll break to the right. Big tackle, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Perry offense will walk off the field. The Perry defense will retake it. 47 seconds to go. 24-6 the score.
Just soak this in.
Yeah. What a game. What an effort from the Pirates. And Kirtland, we talked about that first half. Multiple turnover on downs deep in the red zone. Obviously now those situations when there's possible points being left out on the field, you see it in these moments here. 24-6 with 47 seconds to go. It should very well be a one-possession game, but it's not because of those turnover on downs from the blue team tonight, the home squad of the Hornets. As Laverty tries to get the team lined up. He'll pitch it out to the right. Beers with the carry. He turns it upfield, still pushing through. Beers sidesteps all the way down to the 34-yard line.
You know, we'll say this real quick about Kirtland. We got plenty of time to spread out Perry. They made an effort to load up the early part of their schedule, and it only helps you. It really does. To face tough competition, the first 3 weeks of the season, to load up your schedule, and these are the type of games that's going to help you in November and possibly December. So the result not going their way, but the program will build from this.
Perry with another stop there. And with that, the clock going to tick down, and that is going to do it. Your final from Wilson Stadium here in Kirtland, Ohio. It's a result we have not been able to say on the air for 7 to 8 years here in the regular season. 2016 was the last time. It is official. Perry 24. The Kirtland Hornets 6. For the first time in 57 appearances here at home, the Kirtland Hornets fall. The Perry Pirates get the win. Perry going to improve to 3-0 on the season. Kirtland going to fall to 2-1. And obviously, AA, you talk about the offensive end, and what a second half from Walter Moses. Big first down carry for him, running the ball, but throwing 8 of 9 in this second half, including that touchdown pass to Luke Svan, that 37-yarder that really iced the game at the end for the Perry offense. What a win. A lot of mutual respect and love from both of these teams. Two well-coached teams, two teams that you said we're going to see a lot more of, probably in playoff football later on in December here, and November, of course, too, in Northeast Ohio. I mean, what a game. Let's start with Perry, obviously. We'll talk about Kirtland in a second, where they go from here, but I got to imagine Cloud 9 is where those white jerseys are at here for the Perry Pirates.
This is unbelievable, and let's just be real about this. You come into these games, we know how special Kirtland is, and you know how good Perry is, but don't think the unimaginable is going to happen. But Perry has played this team close the last few years, and it was just only a matter of time. But the thing that stands out, Kyle, Kirtland was able to move the ball down the field 20-20. No problem for most of the game. Critical red zone stops defensively, and the Pirates able to take full advantage, get big plays, and shut them down. And stay with it. You know, it never felt like for a minute, oh, this could slip away. Perry handled business, and they had fun doing it. They had fun doing
They
it.
did. They really did. I mean, what a game, of course. And Walter Moses, the junior quarterback, obviously our player of the game for his contributions. Wouldn't be remiss if we didn't bring up guys like Braden Richards. Hit that 94-yard touchdown in the first half. Jaden Studio, 86 yards and a touchdown on the ground. All those players we just mentioned making plays on the defensive end as well. If you would have told Coach Laverty over on the Kirtland side that we won a turnover battle 3-1, you think he'd be coming out with a win tonight. What do you tell your team if you're Coach Laverty after their first loss in 7 years at home?
There's next week. Literally, that's all you can.
It's week 3. It's not week 12. That's the
Yeah.
bonus with this too.
Let's zero in here if we can with the cameras. The Perry Pirates embracing their student section.
That was
their
a
classmates.
full student section too. Everyone here, everyone all part of this. You mentioned nobody was leaving until the end of this game because of that. Both these teams, so talented, so tough. And Perry this time just a little bit tougher.
Yeah,
they pull out.
Just incredible. They're going to perform in front of their band. I mean, this is special. This is special.
Really is.
To your point again about Kirtland, it's week 3, right? You know, they're not going to feel good. There's no sugarcoating this. They're not going to feel good. They feel terribly at this moment right now. And they know there's some mistakes that were made. But you watch the film tomorrow or Monday, whenever you go do the film study, and guess what? You got a game next week against Trinity. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to go on the road, face Trinity, and find a way to get the W and continue your season.
So hear me out, Double A, on this. Kirtland took 2 L's tonight. They took a lump. They took a loss with this. But the second L is a lesson. That's something I'm sure Coach is going to probably talk about a little bit too. This is an early building block for a season that you expect to be going on for a long time.
Yeah.
So take that. Take those 2 L's tonight and go. Yeah.
Kirtland average, now with the expanded playoff, 16 games a year. They play more football games than almost every Division I college program.
Right.
I mean, if you go to the national championship game in college football, you're playing 15 games. Kirtland plays 16. A year.
A year.
So, this is not the end of the world. You got to, you're going to learn and build from this. For Perry, however, they seen tonight what it takes to play 16 games. And you want to make the state final in Division V, you have to get a statement win like this to propel you to that level. And I think we got 2 teams tonight, Perry in Division V, Kirtland in Division VI, that we could easily see on the final weekend of the season representing the Chagrin Valley Conference at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
Tell you what, man, it's been a great game tonight. Final thoughts really quick, Double A, before we wrap up our coverage tonight.
If you're a student, parent, classmate, whatever, alum of the Lake County Perry Pirates, soak this in. Enjoy it. Tonight, you are the story of Ohio high school football. To end an historic regular season streak with Kirtland, 56, 57 straight regular season wins. That record snapped. I don't know when we'll see another record like that ever again. And you were the ones to beat that. Soak this in. Enjoy it. I said at the top of the fourth quarter, that clock could not go down any faster if you were the Perry Pirates. But the final turnover, the final interception, put the nail in the coffin in this one. Soak this in. Your program, you just had a statement win. And no matter what happens the rest of the season, none of these kids, nobody is going to ever forget what happened on this field tonight.
Well said, Double A, of course. Want to thank you all for watching and tuning in to the coverage here on CVC TV. Your final score again, 24-6. The Perry Pirates taking care of business here on the road at Kirtland. Kirtland's 56-game home regular season win streak comes to an end tonight. Of course, next week we'll be at Wycliffe. Crestwood and Wycliffe going to be a matchup on your CVC TV game of the week. Of course, for Double A, Anthony Alford, myself, Kyle Cornell, our entire cast and crew here, as well as all the wonderful crew at Wilson Stadium. Thank you to Kirtland Schools as well for hosting us this week.